The Spring Festival. It's one of the most ancient holidays on Earth, absolutely packed with tradition. But what happens when those age-old rituals slam right into 21st century tech? Well, today we're going to look at exactly that, how technology is completely reshaping the way this festival is celebrated. And that brings us to the real heart of the matter, doesn't it? Is all this tech just a helping hand? Preserving the spirit of these traditions by making them a little easier? Or is it changing them so much that they're becoming something else entirely? Okay, let's get into it. So we're going to start with a practice that goes back thousands of years, the annual deep clean. Now, this is way more than just tidying up. It's a really deep ritual of renewal, and it all officially kicks off on a special day called Xiaonian. On this day, the entire ritual actually centers on one very important guy, the kitchen god. This is the deity who's been watching over the family's kitchen all year long. And on Xiaonian, well, it's his big day. Okay, so you can think of this as a yearly performance review for your family. And the kitchen god is the one who has to go report to the big boss up in heaven. So to make sure he gives a glowing review, families offer him these sticky sweets. The thinking here is twofold. Either the sweets will make him happy and he'll say sweet things, or, and this is the best part, they'll literally stick his mouth shut so he can't say anything bad at all. Pretty clever, right? But here's where it gets really brilliant. The physical act of cleaning has this powerful symbolic meaning, and it's all thanks to a fantastic pun in the Chinese language. The word for dust sounds exactly the same as the word for old. So when you're sweeping away dust, you are metaphorically sweeping away all the bad luck, the hard times, all the troubles of the year that's passed, making space for a fresh, clean start. And let me tell you, this was not an easy job. We're talking about ancient texts describing people using these massive straw brooms, taller than a person, just to get into all the high corners and ceiling beams. A really proper deep clean could easily take more than a whole day of back-breaking work. So keep that image in your head, all that physical labor, as we jump to the present. All right, let's fast forward to today, where the smart home revolution has totally flipped the script. Spring cleaning has gone from a day of serious toil to a task you can literally handle with a tap on your phone. To get a sense of just how massive this change is, let's rewind just a few years. Back in 2018, less than 10% of homes in China were considered smart homes. These gadgets were still kind of niche, a novelty. Now look at this. The projection for 2025 is that more than a quarter of homes will be smart homes. This isn't just a small trend, it's a massive shift in how people run their day-to-day lives. And you can see this perfectly in the sales data. During the Spring Festival season, sales for these robot helpers just go through the roof. Window cleaning robots up over 200% from the year before. Floor scrubbers up 100%. Even the regular old robot vacuum saw a 60% jump. People are actively buying tech to take care of this ancient chore. And these are not the clumsy old robots you might be thinking of. We're talking about machines with drone-level vision that map your home in 3D so they never miss a spot. They can sanitize your floors without any harsh chemicals just by using electrolyzed water. And get this, some of them even have mechanical arms to pick up clutter before they start cleaning. This quote just nails it. It's wild. You can now literally talk to your vacuum. You don't even have to give it a specific command, like clean the kitchen. You can just say something natural like, my parents are coming over, and the robot gets it. It understands the subtext. The house needs to be perfect now. Okay, so this explosion in smart appliances is all part of a much bigger picture. There's this economic phenomenon called the lazy economy, but as you're about to see, that name is actually pretty misleading. So what is the lazy economy? Well, again, the name's a misnomer because it's not really about laziness at all. It's about efficiency. It's about deciding to pay for tech or a service to handle a task you don't want to do so you can buy back that time for stuff that actually matters to you, whether that's work or family or just a hobby. And make no mistake, we're talking about a massive market here. By 2025, this whole economy is expected to be worth over 3.5 trillion yuan in China alone. It's growing at 12% a year, which is actually faster than some traditional retail sectors. This thing is an economic powerhouse. So who's actually fueling this multi-trillion yuan market? And why has this idea of buying back time become so absolutely essential for them? Let's break it down. The main drivers here are young, urban professionals. We're talking about people aged 18 to 35, living in big cities, working really long hours, and making a decent but not crazy income. For this group, paying for convenience isn't a luxury, it's a survival strategy. It's how they keep their hectic lives from falling apart. And this goes so far beyond just cleaning robots. You can hire a chef to come to your house and cook a meal with your own ingredients, and then they clean up after. You can hire professional organizers to not just declutter your apartment, but teach you how to keep it that way. You can outsource your grocery shopping, your meal prep, pretty much any chore you can think of. I love this quote. It's funny, but it's also incredibly true. It really gets at the social impact this economy is having, right down to our personal relationships. Think about how many arguments start over who's doing which chores. When a machine or a service just takes that fight off the table, it doesn't just save time, it can actually change the dynamic in a home. So, let's zoom out. We've seen how technology is stepping in to modernize these ancient traditions, saving us time, saving us energy, and maybe even saving us from a few arguments. Ultimately, what it boils down to is a very conscious trade. We are swapping our money for minutes. We're offloading the chores we can't stand to free ourselves up for the people and the things we really do value. It's all about rethinking our most precious resource, our time. And this all leads us to one final, pretty profound question. We're clearly on a path where almost any task in our lives can be outsourced. So if we get to that point where every single chore, every little inconvenience can be handled by a robot or a service, is that a good thing? What do we gain, and what might we lose along the way? That's the question we'll leave you with.